Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I've been doing YouTube videos before, but I felt like it was a little bit important to share a little bit about me. Um, I am a 24-year-old college student at Winston-Salem State University. I love my school. I've been there for a while. I'm ready to finish. I'm a junior. But what has made this process a lot difficult, well, a lot more difficult, other than being a student, is having a illness while I'm, in school, a chronic illness. Chronic illnesses are basically things that are kind of consistent. They don't really go anywhere, but you basically deal with them every day. Um, I found out from, a lot of, people I've met online, people I've met around that, they live every day with them, and I do the same. I was diagnosed almost 3 years ago with idiopathic hypertension, which is basically hypertension in your head. They call it IIH, otherwise it's called intracranial idiopathic hypertension. Basically, it's having a brain tumor, or kind of like having hydrocephalus, but the tumor is invisible. It's not present. So if you take an MRI or they do any brain scans, they don't see anything. Which is, in a way, it's relieving, but in another way, it's really annoying because there's no cure. IH, like I said, has no cure. It's a sucky thing to have. Basically, every day I have a headache or a migraine, ranging from maybe 1 to 10, depending on. I haven't had a 1 or 2 or 3 headache in a long time. But having a headache every day or having a migraine every day is just overwhelming. You're in pain every day. I can't really drive like I used to. I have a lot of people who drive me. My grandmother lives a mile up the road, and so she'll come and take me places. I can still drive myself. I just choose not to because I feel like it's safer on some days. Like today, my face is swollen because I have some fluid retention. It's warm out, which warm weather is not our thing. Warm weather, it sucks, makes you feel terrible. It's just it's ridiculous how weather changes when it's raining or a weather front comes in. You're just totally overwhelmed because usually you're in the bed a day or two, which is really, really, really inconvenient, especially being in school, being a student. Being a student during this whole process has really been hard. I had to take a year off because I was trying to take care of myself. It was hard because I had no one else to help me take care of myself. Uh, One thing I found out that was helpful was learning different things to cope. Um, and another thing that I found out about this was that basically it's something you can die from, which when I was diagnosed, I was never told that. I was just told that, it can be serious. I can go blind. I can, eventually be incapacitated, but basically the resolution is losing weight. So during this process, I had gastric sleeve, and I've lost 69 pounds so far, and I've been out a year. Um, and what I found out to be a lot more difficult is the fact that the more I learned about this disease, the more I found out that losing weight isn't exactly the end all or be all. There's very few people who've lost a ton of weight and nothing happens. And I was told after about 20, 30 pounds that I would see it. I would be feeling better. And needless to say, I have yet to feel better. I don't have. I've had some changes, but no difference. I've also found it to be difficult because I'm so young and being incapacitated and having to have a service dog. And you guys might see him on campus. His name's Oreo. He's a little chorky. He's chunky. He's corgi and chihuahua, so that's why he looks like a fat chihuahua, but that's my dude. But I've found out that this disease has really taken a lot out of me. It's made me stronger. Um, it's made me realize and value life so much more. It's made me value who I am and who others are. I've really came to the conclusion that I won't let this take me, but I do know my boundaries now, because it took me a long time to realize that, okay, I have something that I can't get rid of, but I can be better than it. I can do other things to help myself. Um, there's sometimes I can't move out the bed, or I can't see, so I wear glasses. I lose my vision sometimes, where it goes in and out depending on if my pressure is high or not. I wear contacts, but when it gets really, really, really bad, I wear my glasses. But it doesn't change you from being able to see. It's still really blurry. But recently, I got a spinal tap. What a spinal tap is kind of like when they give someone a epidural. But instead of them injecting fluid, they're taking fluid off your spine. Um, when you're getting it done, it can be painful. I got mine done 3 weeks ago, and I'm still recovering. I'm still in a lot of back pain, leg pain, and I feel like maybe I have a pinched nerve now. But basically, what you go through is they lay you on your side, and they take some fluid off your spine. Your fluid's only supposed to be from about 80 to 110, 12 at the most. Mine was 300 and 310. No, or 320. It was either 310 or 320, which was very high, but it wasn't as high as compared to the first time I got it done, which was 386. When it was 310, they were able to get it down to 120, which is a huge difference. You feel a humongous difference. Sometimes my hearing goes out, so when I get this done, I can hear a lot better. I can hear everything. But basically, you can kind of feel your head kind of feel like it's kind of like empty, if that makes sense. It feels empty. And I realized that it was really important to keep these things done, to make sure I have my spinal tap on a regular basis, because apparently there's not enough fluid coming off my spine. The spinal taps they're not fun. You have to lay on your back for a whole 24 hours of drinking caffeine and drinking water, but you're laying on your back because otherwise you can have a spinal leak, and the spinal leak will cause you to have extreme migraines. It can really take you out. It does not feel well. But needless to say, I'm doing a lot better than I was. This semester I will be homebound. I will be doing things from home because I just moved, and I moved into my first townhome with my fiance, and I will be trying to work from home because I had a hard time going to school last semester. I had some issues last semester. So this semester coming up for fall, I will be at home. I feel like it'll be easier on my body because I was driving back and forth to school every day, even if it was just for one class. And then I had a class on Friday from, it was from 10 that morning to 2 that afternoon. So I had classes all day, which is really, really hard on my body. I usually have to take a nap every day, and I'm aware of that, is that a nap every day is something that has to happen. But basically, I'm living life and not letting life live me. This disease has really showed me a lot about myself, of how strong I can be and how strong I am. And basically, I don't want this to take me. I've had in my support group that I'm on, I've had 4 recent people die from this. That's hard to see, but at the same time, it's more encouraging because it's like I don't want that to be me. It's hard because you have the same thing, and when I got diagnosed with this, I was diagnosed with a lot of other things that came along with it. It caused a lot of depression because I was so sad. I had a lot of anxiety, some PTSD that came out with everything, and a lot of those other health factors. I have asthma, and I have a heart condition, and a lot of those things can really take a toll on the body. But a lot of those things can really make people sick, and that was what happened to a lot of the people who passed away from my group. And it's scary because you think that can be you. Um, I'm currently, like I said, I'm trying to be better, and working on myself. This year is going to be very important, and trying to get back healthy, and trying to get things done, and basically listening to my body, because yes, I'm young, but I do have a chronic illness, and understanding that is important. And my fiance has been amazing during this whole time. He's been there. He's been he's been my everything, and he takes care of me. I don't work, and I can't work right now, because there's no way that I may have 2 good days out of a week and 5 bad ones, and a job's gonna be like, you know what, you can come in. So I haven't found anything that's like that, and I'm currently starting my own business so I can work on my own hours, which it seems to be going very, very well. And I just got someone who wanted to be my partner, so I will have a business partner very, very soon, and then hopefully when he moves, he can expand to California, which is where I really want to be. But this is important because I want people to know that this disease doesn't have to be you. You can go and be anything. You can do anything. It's just you have to understand that you can't do everything. You can't do everything. You have to have other people help you. You have to have people who are supporting you, and people who are your friends, and people who don't mind going with you to doctor's appointments, or people who don't mind just going with you to lunch because you having a bad day, or people who don't mind coming over to visit because you can't come out. My friends have been amazing in this whole process, and they understand that I have bad days, and they understand sometimes I'm sad, and that I can't do everything like I used to. And in the beginning, I did isolate them, my friends, because I didn't know what or how, or even how to get them to understand where I was. And letting them know everything. Being honest with them, being open with them, and explaining to them and letting them see things through my eyes really helped my relationships with everyone. My mom and my friends, and my mom has been my biggest supporter. My mom's my biggest fan. I do anything for her. She's been my everything, before my boyfriend came about, and my mom has been everything. She's still everything to me. She's been there with me through everything, and I'm cracking up a little bit. Um, but my mom has been there from the beginning to the end. She's in my support group. She gets to see that there are other people like me. There are people who are younger than me who have this. There may be, 10, 12. I had a little boy about 2 months ago. His mom posted that he passed away from the disease. But there's people, old people, there's people that are in their 80s who still have this, and they don't mind sharing and being there for other people. And I feel like as long as my voice is heard, then other people can know, and other people can advocate, because there aren't enough of us who have this disease. We're one in every 100,000 people. And it's very rare. It's more people have cancer, diabetes, birth defects than they have of this disease. There aren't enough people for them to even do enough testing or anything for them to know that we need help too. There are very important causes. I feel like cancer is one of those things that we need to continue to work on. But there are stuff like this that are small, and it basically interrupts your life, these things need attention as well. And I feel like that's very, very important. And because we don't get the attention. There, I know people who are like older and they're donating their bodies to science just so they can find ways to help this cause and help this disease and figure out what we can do to be better, or if they're cures. It's crazy. I'm 24 and I'm already figuring out places I can donate my brain to, because I don't know when there'll be testing or when there'll be help or when someone will, be able to find a cure. But I'm determined to understand that I don't mind giving my brain to someone, or giving my brain to a hospital or a research place, just for them to realize or find out something different. The sucky thing is about it is that they have to have so many people to do it, because everyone's everyone's symptoms are different. I know a lady, she loses complete sight. Sometimes I do, but I have different ways that it'll gradually go. But this is hard for me, and I don't want it to be this way forever. But I don't mind sharing my story, and if you want to know more, you can always send me an inbox. If you want to talk more, please don't don't hesitate to email me or message me or anything, because I plan on being at least a little bit more active online and a little bit more active with social media, because this is the only way it'll get attention, because that seems to be how things work now. But thanks for coming to my channel. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you know anybody who may be going through these kind of symptoms, please, redirect them to, looking into it, or asking their doctor, or looking into the IIH Research Foundation. And they have people there you can talk to. There's lots of there's tons of Facebook places where you can talk to people, and they're the IIH Foundation. You just put in IIH in the search bar up top, and they're private. You have to answer a few questions, but once you get in, it's like their family, and everyone's really welcoming, and they don't mind answering questions, and you can ask as many questions as you want, and people answer them. And I feel like that at the time where I didn't know anything, I felt like it was important for me to have those people. Still to this day, I'm 3 years in and I still have things happen, and I'm like, does this happen to you guys? Because I felt like I was crazy, but I really wasn't. Other people go through the same things, or they go through something similar, and those people don't mind helping you, or aiding you, or showing you what to do, or who to go to. And I found these relationships with these people very, very important. But like I said, thanks for coming. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye.